have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Aldridge.
Well, we're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Sharge and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Booker and Bridges are the wings. And it's Paul in at the 1 spot. And for Brooklyn, we've got Harden. Griffin is out there with Durant. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Irving in at the point guard position. Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Now here's Paul to the paint. And Ayton the bucket on the assist by Paul.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And the basket by Harden.
And Harden is a laser, a straight-out gunner from deep, has confidence in his long ball, and, you know, the defense has to get out on him from out there.
And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
On defense, the Nets. 4-point game. And here's Booker. 29 points for him last game against Portland.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
Here is Durant. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. KD finds Griffin. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. It's the Nets now. Outside Irving. 6 to shoot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Chris Paul picks up that one.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
Free throw, good, Irving. Ranked for the Phoenix Suns with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought, there is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
You know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Durant. 9 feet out. And that one hits back iron. Mark, you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development. The investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
The game now all tied.
Only one miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling it.
Nets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Irving against Paul, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General Manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
That's good from Irving. Raul Neto's checked in for Chris Paul. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
Here's Neto. That one, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Rejected by Booker. They get it back. Good work there as it goes. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Suns trail by 4.
Who's man the CB?
Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Griffin. Phoenix grabs the miss.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Neto can't get it to go. Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to the Warriors in San Francisco. Here's Irving. That's in, coming off the assist from KD. Irving's got 6.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Here's Neto, covered by Irving. Bridges shot, good.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Harden the pass to Durant. Nets passing it around. Right side Irving. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
It sure was textbook, and Irving is fantastic in the screen roll. A solid decision maker in these sets, and he also can put it in the basket himself if he needs to.
Now here's Saric. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. No good from Booker.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
That shot by Griffin, no good.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And Booker kicks to Neto. Now Ayton. Passes it to Saric. Shoots over Griffin. The shot by Saric, no good.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Suns trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Back to Neto. Griffin with the steal. Nobody near Irving. They grab their own miss. And KD is right there.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Looking at the Suns, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Trailblazers. Booker with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Makes it off the glass. And it's 6 points for Devin Booker.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Here's Irving. He's got 8. It's Harden with the drive, and the jam by Harden.
Superb body control from Harden. When he's driving inside the defense, doesn't really have much they can do to stop him.
To the middle, here's Saric. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nets.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
The first one falls. Mark, there are a lot of great playmakers in this NBA that sometimes we don't talk about or under the radar.
Yeah, there are. Again, there's so many outstanding players in a league of 30 teams, but you know, Drew Holiday has been outstanding as a big playmaking guard, as good scoring the ball as he is playmaking. Draymond Green, not a guard, but makes decisions and passes the ball like a high-level guard and is extremely valuable in that Warriors attack. Those two guys are a little bit undervalued for their ability to make their teammates better.
Good point. Now, here is Irving. It's deflected.
Tremendous at anticipating when shots are going up. Ayton is outstanding at protecting the rim.
Booker the pass to Saric, and Jordan sends it back. KD against Booker. Harden has a wide open look. Booker pulls it in.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And it's Neto in the corner. And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. Ayton against Jordan. Ayton kicks to Neto. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Saric. The Suns need to get a shot off.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
Now here's Booker following the shot by Kevin Durant. They get a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Harden. He's coming off an excellent season. First in scoring, second in steals, and he ranked in the top 10 in assists. An incredible knack for drawing defenders and finding the open man.
And his unmatchable instincts for scoring the basketball. That's what made him #1 last year. You can't stop him, and you can't even really contain him. Got a piece of it, and out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Well, while we have a second, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. James Harden, #1.
And he's not going to forget that season anytime soon. And it's safe to say neither will anyone who watched him.
Nets leading by 6. Irving with it. 8 points for him. Pass to Durant. Goes up on the wing. Here's Jordan. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going. Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
And the Suns call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Brooklyn, they're leading by 8. Here's Neto. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Phoenix, no good that time either.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, DeMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
No good from Booker.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Irving drives in. Here's Jordan. He can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Ayton. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's. Greg, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point. When it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
And that one falls for Bridges. And Clark, your love for the Buckeye State has never been questioned. What was the best part of growing up as a kid in Ohio?
Well, I think a number of things. One, having family around, extended family as well as immediate family, but also the sports love that exists throughout the state and being able to experience that and enjoy that with my dad and siblings. That's special. And having a career in basketball that I've had makes it even more special.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 8. Here's Harden. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 assists tonight. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
Shot clock at 6. That one goes. Count it.
And given how big Kaminsky is, it's tough to knock him off balance. I mean, he does a really good job of maintaining his focus.
Poked away. Harris outside. Harden outside. Takes a 3. They get the rebound. Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Now here's Booker. 6 points for him to the left side wing. Neto finds Booker. And there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. That's his first foul. And so Aldridge will bring it up for the Nets. 9-point game. Harden the pass to Irving. Outside Jordan. Goes up the baseline. Knocks it loose.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's Neto. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And Harden with the stuff.
really good to see Harden get nasty on defense. He's got quick instincts and quick hands, and I like how he pilfers it on occasion.
Now the pass to Kaminsky. Kicks to Bridges. Suns moving the ball around. Here's Ayton, and Jordan sends it back.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
And it's sent back by Aldridge.
He's not an easy guy to get a shot up and over. Aldridge has those long arms, and his timing's good, too.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
The Nets shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, he was waived after his second year in the league, guys, but Joe Harris didn't let that stop him. He improved his skills, and he's carving out a nice career for himself.
And Harris drops them both. 1 second left. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's Brooklyn. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game for sure, talks about his knack for making a lot of steals, forcing turnovers.
The steals thing is just something that I've always had a knack for doing, and just I think it's because I watch so much basketball.
Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits, what they like to do, gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Harris. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Jordan in at the 5. Here's Irving after the made shot from Jay Crowder.
Get there, get there. Watch the screen.
And here is Aldridge. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
And don't forget about the 4 blocks. Just a big all-around game, particularly on the defensive side. And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward.
Pass to Irving. Irving double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so here's Phoenix. Harden against Booker. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 8. Aldridge dishes to Harden. Float loose. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it over Irving. Paul's shot is off.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
There's the lob to Harden. Fast break. Here come the Suns. Paul with the ball. Comes up empty down low. Nets leading by 9. Irving finds Harris. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Yep, it counts. And it's 6 points for DeAndre Jordan.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. Here's Booker, following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Harris looking it over. Outside Irving. Harden outside. Over Booker. And the shot is long. Suns trail by 11. Here's Paul. And the shot goes down. Paul's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, a tough, gritty, smart point guard. Paul isn't at all intimidated by a little contact.
Harden inside the three-point line. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
Paul outside. Over Irving. The offensive rebound. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Ayton.
And using that 7'5 wingspan, putting it back off the miss, one of Ayton's specialties.
Now, here is Harden. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Kyrie Irving. And the Suns making a change here as well. Diallo, he's checked in for 8. Now, Dinwiddie, 23 points for him the last game against Golden State.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Now, here's Paul. Pass to Kaminsky. Here's Crowder, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And Brooklyn called for the foul. And out of Marquette, Jay Crowder, Greg, a sturdy two-way wing player.
A great system player and glue guy. He had his best years with the Celtics. On the final year of this contract, a great value considering what he brings to the table.
Free throw good, Crowder. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard, too, aren't they? They're sick because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh, man. Yeah, I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled or not.
Here's Crowder. James Harden picking up that last basket. Crowder with it. Clock at 6. He kicks it to Booker. And it's blocked by Jordan. And they're able to recover.
And then they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Crowder, the pass to Kaminsky. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah, when Frank Kaminsky plays like this with this kind of aggressiveness, it forces the defense to react.
This is his first free throw of the game. No good on that one.
Frank Kaminsky was picked 9th overall back in the 2015 draft, and he's really established himself in a few years as a quality role player who can stretch the floor.
Good on the second free throw. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Nets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Pass to KD. And Jordan has it in the corner. Shot clock at 3. Over Paul. A shot by Jordan, no good.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Booker in the corner. Count it. Booker's got 12.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Griffin. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Outside for Durant. Shoots over Crowder. And there's KD. That's good on the assist by Griffin.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Booker against Harden. Now here's Booker. Tight defense on him. Good work defensively by KD.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Three-pointer, Crowder. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
You know, this is why they trust Paul to run the offense. I mean, he's so good at getting the ball to guys on time and on target.
Dinwiddie passes to Harden. It's hauled in by the Suns. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Here is Harden, following the basket by Chris Paul. Harden dishes to Durant. Lobs it up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
Now here's Paul. He's got 6. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Back to Paul. Shot on the wing. The shot, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Down low. And the basket by Harden. Harden's got 20 points.
Boy, I tell you what, when Harden decides to turn it up, then you're turned out. It is a sight to see, folks. I mean, relentless, instinctive, tremendous night so far for him.
Now here's Kaminsky. He has 5. And the foul on Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's the Suns with the ball, trailing by 5. The pass to Diallo. Shot clock at 6. Back to Booker. Puts up a 3. Dinwiddie with the rebound.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And taken away by Paul. And now Paul pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Over Jordan. And Jordan sends it back. Paul left side. Here's Kaminsky. That one wide left. Brooklyn leading by 5. To the inside, Jordan.
And here's a look at the stats for Kevin Durant. Last season, he played outstanding, putting in about 26 points per, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
That free throw, no good.
Man, this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
Saric has checked in for the Suns. Johnson comes in for Jay Crowder. And he's good on the second. And it's the Suns with the ball. 6-point game. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Jordan kicks to Griffin. That shot off. Some solid defense from Saric. To the paint. Here's Diallo. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Now just a 2-point Nets lead.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Jordan. 8 points his last outing. 6 on the shot clock. Bounce pass from Durant. They get it again. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. And the Nets lead by 4.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Paul against Durant. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Boy, the incredible court vision of Paul. He gets the ball to his guys where they can do something with it.
The 3 from KD, nailed from three-point land. KD's got 5 points now in the quarter. Suns trail by 5. Here's Booker. He's got 12. And it's Phoenix scoring again. that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Nets out in front, up by 3. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for tonight?
I was trying to get assists at the beginning, and just having a good time out here. Got it going a little bit. Enjoying myself.
Okay, Kyrie, we'll see you in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 20 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, I like the effort on the boards because a game could come down to just a few key possessions, and extra rebounds can give you those extra possessions if you work at it. And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
Well, a lot of their points came in transition. They dictated the pace of the game. It was a fast pace. Put the defense back on its heels. I say keep attacking the second half. Do not slow down.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Suns trail by 3. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 from Monty Williams. Bridges and Saric make up the forwards. Chris Paul is out there with Booker, and it's Ayton in at the center position. Paul looking around. And slam dunk by Saric.
You know, in close, he's capable of hammering it down, and that's why you got to keep Saric away from the basket.
Passes to Durant, and here is Aldridge. Fires from 18, and Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Aldridge. And that's now 22 points for James Harden. And Clark, ordinarily quiet by nature, LaMarcus Aldridge has become a more outspoken leader in recent years.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone for the good of the team. Aldridge is, by nature, a laid-back, quiet guy, and sometimes that can work against the team. But in his case, he realized that he needed to be more vocal and stepped into doing that.
Here's Paul. James Harden picking up that last basket. Paul passes to Bridges. Ayton against Aldridge. Ayton dishes to Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
So it's Brooklyn now, following the score by Phoenix. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Irving against Paul. Over Irving. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Paul.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Pass to Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
Boy, at 6'11", Aldridge makes this look really easy. All he needs is the right positioning, and it's open.
Here's Paul, and Griffin sends it back. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. Kicks it to Paul. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Shot clock at 5. Ayton finds Paul. Beyond the arc. Drops in the tray. Paul's got 11 points.
You know, the more of these threes Paul hits, the more dangerous he becomes as a passer, and he hits his fair share of those threes.
Aldridge looking for an opening. Pass to Irving. There's the three. But they recover it. Second chance shot. Harden, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Here's Griffin. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
And that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Suns trail by 6. And Booker kicks to Bridges. The pass to Paul. Over Irving. The shot by Paul, no good. The Nets have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Wasted no time on that one. And that's 13 points for Kevin Durant.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
And the Suns call time here. Well, great to see KD back on the court. That heartbreaking moment where he went down in Game 5 of the 2019 Finals. Wow, so hard, Greg, to watch.
And KD clearly gave everything he had to try and win in the Finals. Warriors fans appreciate his efforts. Softened the blow as he left for the Nets. The Warriors ownership already up in the rafters.
While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. James Harden is second. Third is Chris Paul.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
Now, here's Ayton. Paul passes to Booker. Now, here's Bridges. Passes it to Saric. Over Irving. And it's Saric, that time on the assist from Bridges. Saric has got 4 points in the quarter. Nets leading by 6. Inside, Harden. Rejected by Booker. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Harden outside. Durant against Bridges. Back to Harden. 6 to shoot. There's the lob to Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
Here's Paul. And it's Phoenix scoring again. The Nets have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. Irving, good. Irving's got 10.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now here's Saric. He's got 8. No good from Booker.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Now Aldridge, after Devin Booker missing on that last three-pointer. Puts it up. Harden, no good. Suns trail by 8. Here's Saric, and it's sent back by KD.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots. And checking out some numbers for Irving. Great showing for him last season. Last year averaging 24 points per, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
And he makes the first. Crowder, he's checked in for Phoenix. Good on both. Suns trail by 10. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. Now, he doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. And that one drops for him. Claxton's got 4 this quarter.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Now, here's Ayton. He has 6. Paul with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Shoots off the step back. No good off the back of the rim.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Harden draws the double. Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Harden dishes to Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. 12 points for Kyrie Irving. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nets.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Timeout called, the Suns. Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skills.
You know, KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets.
A moment to check out DeAndre Ayton here. Great showing for him last season. 10th in field goal percentage, and he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And, you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. For 3, Booker hits the three-point bomb. Booker's got 19 points.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range, Greg. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for them.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Crowder. He's got 7, and there it is for him. Crowder's got 9 points. Nets leading by 11. Irving surveying the floor. Pass to Durant. That's in, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition switch ignited.
Here's Katie after Mikal Bridges' bucket.
You know, after connecting on one three-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
Here's Booker. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball, bringing it up now for Brooklyn. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Now here's Dinwiddie. Irving. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Nets have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. The first free throw is good. The Suns making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Now here's Johnson. Pass to Paul. Shoots from 12, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Paul's got 9 points here in the second half. Nets leading by 11. And here's Irving. 14 points for him. Outside Aldridge. Katie against Johnson. Over Johnson. And the Nets miss again. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. Let's give a look now at the 2K leaderboard to see who led the league in assists last year. Third is Chris Paul.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Irving's shot is good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Now here's Crowder. He's got 9. And that one, good. Paul's got 17 now.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
Irving double team. Aldridge. Jay Crowder with the rebound. Suns trail by 11. Down low. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
And it's the way Ayton uses his body inside. It's what allows him to get so close to the basket.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 16. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That's foul number 2 for him. The Nets making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. Here's Dinwiddie. Wants to get it to KD and does. Count the basket. He's got 17.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get. Well, you know, sometimes I think we just take for granted how outstanding a passer Chris Paul is nowadays. I mean, this guy's averaged just under 10 assists a game for his career. Really one of the best point guards to play the position.
And the first one drops.
You know, here's a factoid you might not know about Chris Paul. Basketball is not his only sport. He's an amazing bowler, too. Now, I'm not sure if you call that a sport as much as you call it a skilled activity, but he's good at it.
Both free throws good from Paul. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. Irving against Paul. Irving double team. Now here's Griffin, defended by Booker. 6 on the shot clock. A nice shot by Griffin. Griffin's got 4 points this quarter. Suns trail by 11. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Offensive rebound.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And Durant has just such a fluid release, very efficient shooting the ball from that mid-range.
From deep, off target. And so it's Brooklyn looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. Right back after this break. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Here's Dinwiddie. We've got Jordan. Durant is out there with Griffin. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Got a piece of it.
Way to get it, Aiden.
Booker looking around. Over KD. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Devin Booker.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
KD against Johnson. And there's the pass to Ayton. The feed to Paul. Back to Ayton. And it's blocked by Jordan. Here's Dinwiddie. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. And at 6'6", Spencer Dinwiddie's tall for a point guard, but Clark, despite his size, very slippery off the dribble.
Yeah, he's ill-like when you talk about him off the dribble, guys. I mean, excellent change of pace, and he's got a quick first step. And once he gets in the lane, his size helps him be a good finisher.
First free throw is good.
Well, I really like this kid in college at Colorado. An effective player is Spencer Dinwiddie. He really does it all. Scores, rebounds, passes, defends. Good all-around player.
And the Suns making a change here. Sharge has checked in. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie, second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
And here is KD after Frank Kaminsky made that last three-pointer. KD against Johnson. Ball's knocked loose and taken away by Paul. Here's Booker. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Fires the three. But they get it back.
and they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Now here's Johnson following the miss by DeAndre Jordan. And Griffin sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now.
Right here.
On the wing, Johnson. The dish now to Saric. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Near the three-point line, it's Booker.
And Jordan's mere presence can affect shots. I mean, he's easily one of the league's premier shot blocking artists.
Irving double team. Outside, KD. Jordan inside. He's guarded by Booker. With the fadeaway. Here's Griffin, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Saric.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
First one falls for him. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1-3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
He hits both from the stripe. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Suns. Down by 12. To the wing right side. Kaminsky, the pass to Paul. Well, it's a short list of point guards who are elite defenders, Clark, but Chris Paul is certainly on that list.
Boy, you think about Chris Paul. In his younger days, Kevin, he was an absolute terror defensively. He could lock up any guard in the league. And even at his current age, as he's gotten older, he's still pretty stiff on the defensive end.
And that one misses.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass. The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Get Kyrie.
Irving against Paul. Passes it to Durant. But they'll get another chance.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard. Gets them another possession and allows them to run even more clock.
Now Johnson. After the missed 3 from KD. Can't hit from the elbow. To the middle. Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And I think one of the things understated about Harden, he's a great athlete. I mean, he can rise and bounce. He's strong. He's quick. He can easily punch it on you when he gets to the rim.
Now here's Kaminsky. Out to the right wing. Here's Saric. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And he makes the first.
You know, the toughness Saric possesses is really pretty impressive. A guy who lost 6 teeth in a game one time and kept on playing. Wow.
Mikal Bridges checked in for Phoenix. Saric nails them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
And taken away by Paul. He kicks it to Booker. Pass to Kaminsky. Harden against Paul. Just 5 on the clock. Booker outside. Phoenix no good that time either.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
Irving double team. Durant against Bridges. Over Saric. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots. You know, this has been a totally different half for him. He definitely looks more comfortable now, guys.
Pass to Harden. Lets a floater go. Here's Jordan, and the layup is good. And the Nets lead by 8.
Jordan very efficient in the paint because of his length. Close to the bucket, he's hard to deal with.
Harden against Booker. Off the left rim and out.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
From deep, Harden. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Saric has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's falling here since.
He's starting to feel it. He's in a groove here in the second half.
Irving against Booker. Harden right side. The shot missing. Good work defensively by Paul. Bridges against Durant. Bridges kicks to Booker. Back to Bridges. To the inside. Kaminsky. That one's not going to go. Nets leading by 5. And here's Harden for 3. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Paul against Irving. Paul passes to Saric. And Griffin sends it back.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
You can see there, Irving just getting a little tricky with the handles. He has so many ways he can beat you.
And Booker kicks to Bridges. Back to Booker. And the pass to Kaminsky. Booker outside. Griffin grabs the board. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the paint. Here's KD. And KD throws it down.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You've just got to marvel at his greatness.
Now, here's Bridges. Here's Kaminsky. To end the run. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
The first one falls. free throw is good from Bridges.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Irving passes to Jordan. Back to Irving. No good on the three. Suns trail by 10. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. In the corner, it's Griffin. Trying to get open is Irving. That shot by Griffin, no good. Phoenix has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Sharge outside. The three. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Griffin's got 5 rebounds tonight. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Devin Booker.
And Harden is fearless. Awesome at gutting the defense and making them send him to the line. He just knows how to draw fouls and get himself to the stripe.
The first free throw is good.
You know, no matter how you feel about James Harden, he lives and breathes basketball, and that passion has driven him to become the player he is today.
Ayton, he's checked in for Frank Kaminsky. Harden hits them both. And Clark, last year Harden was quoted in saying, most players don't really love basketball.
Well, I don't know about most. That seems a bit extreme. Maybe he feels that they don't love it as much as he does, which certainly you could understand. But I can say that very few players have the drive and determination to improve their game the way Harden has. That's part of why he's been an MVP.
Brooklyn leading by 10. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. The chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates.
These fans love him, and tonight he's given them plenty to cheer about. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. We'll see if they were listening. Guys?
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Sharge outside. Kicks it to Bridges. Passes it to Booker. Lets it fly. And he's back in business as a jumper finally drops for him. Booker's got 12 points in just the second half. Booker against Harden. Pass to Irving. Lets the three fly. Rebound by the Suns.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
for three. Booker, the rebound by the Nets. KD's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yes, he does, Kevin. Love seeing Griffin finish with power at the rim. Awesome at throwing it down when he's in this deep.
Booker outside. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Nets leading by 12. And Griffin with the score. The assist by Irving. Irving's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Paul outside. On the wing, Booker fires from deep. A new 14 for the Suns. The shot by Sharch, no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Nets.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And you could tell they were ready for this one today, guys. There was something extra on the line, and they wanted it.
Greg, I know exactly what you're referring to. I mean, with this victory, they'll get the edge in the season series by taking 2 of their 3 meets. Never slowed down or turned off.
Now, Bridges. James Harden missing on the 3. Now, Bridges. And Paul launches it from deep. And again, it's the Suns missing. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. And Jordan has it in the corner. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us.